We'll
We don't need the outsiders all the time.
Here we go.
Come on to the left. Please don't travel to the United States.
Government-run health care. Bad idea.
And all it takes is a good pen and some intelligence.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Trump said he has no timetable. He's not worried.
I alone can fix it.
Today is going to be my peaceful day.
Don't travel to the United States. Don't travel to the United States. Don't travel to the United States.
You remember that? That was the Republican convention all the way back to 2016.
Back
and,
with the big pillars, and we were like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah,
the stage production
I
was crazy.
I alone can fix it. I alone can fix it. That was his big
But
thing.
he came out with the big white pillars, and like there was like, I don't know if it was smoke or just the way the lights were, but it was crazy stage production. Crazy.
And actually, when I went back and pulled it, I was noticing just you can see the change.
Nobody knows the system better than
you can see how different he looks. He looks a lot better.
Looks like Alec Baldwin.
which is why I alone can fix it.
I mean, that was his whole
Nobody
gimmick.
knows the system better than me.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
because
so-
you
it's
claimed
just so
bankruptcy several times.
That was his whole argument in 2016 that he knew that's the same time, maybe not this speech. That's when he said he knew more about war than all the generals did.
Yeah, and he's waist deep in the quicksand now because yesterday he said, "I have no timetable. I'm not worried about it. This can just go on." And he's so disinterested, he doesn't even care anymore about it.
He cares about money and staying out of jail, and that is it.
Making more money.
And then I had that
support
British Columbia
with 50%.
This guy's actually, he's the premier. What do they call him? Premier of British Columbia, and telling Canadians not to travel to the United
British
States.
Columbians, if you have a choice, please don't travel to the United States.
Well, and like I said, I think that the Olympic Committee, although they're probably more corrupt than FIFA, they need to take a good hard look at the 2028 games in Los Angeles, because I think it's going to be bad. It involves more countries. I can't imagine what a crap show it's going to be.
Well, the World Cup, that came off pretty well. I mean,
Well, it didn't though. They lost money. A lot of the travel was.
Everybody seemed to have a good time.
I mean, there wasn't any terrorist attacks or anything.
No, we weren't expecting that, but a lot of people got their visas banned at the last minute, and they weren't allowed to travel. There was one referee that was not allowed to travel.
Yeah.
The Iranian team had to stay in Mexico and travel to the U.S. every time they had a game, so they were at a loss because they actually had travel time instead of rest and practice time. It was a crap show for a lot of people.
Well, and the cities didn't make money. I mean, they lost money.
They lost money.
They lost money
because FIFA booked.
But everybody got to see Buc-ee's. All the Europeans got to see Buc-ee's.
And have ranch dressing on their lettuce before it turned into diarrhea lettuce.
Yeah.
I mean, that was fun. I enjoyed all those TikToks of Europeans discovering our weird stuff.
Isn't it interesting that the diarrhea lettuce showed up right after the game stopped?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I had my first lettuce last night since the scandal. Or I had some lettuce on my taco last night. I didn't get sick, so I guess I'm all right.
Good deal.
Well, we had our weekly. We never skipped our weekly Taco Bell, actually, and we had it a couple days ago.
That's where I went, Taco Bell.
I tell you, we've got a standard. There's nothing cheaper than Taco Bell.
No,
I don't think anybody.
You get a senior discount too. If you're over 50, you get 10% off.
You do?
I keep forgetting about that. Do I get it? Can you get it when you order delivery? I don't know if you do.
I don't know about that. But when you order, you tell them at the window when you pay. You give your credit card or
Yeah, I know, but I keep meaning to check and see if I can get. I keep forgetting that I could ask for senior discounts.
I've been getting cheated all these years. Oh my goodness.
I get McDonald's coffee when I'm on the road for $1 and 79 cents in Indiana for McDonald's coffee.
Is that
it's just
right?
as good as Starbucks. For
When
$6.
does senior discounts start? Just question.
50 years old.
Oh, my husband qualifies. Yes.
Did you say 50?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
It varies from place to place.
McDonald's is 50.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jeremy's in there. He's good.
Huh. 50.
Yep, he's 51. So I get his AARP benefits though.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people use the AARP guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really fun when I was turning 24 and all of him and his friends were turning 30. It was great.
What did 30 get you? What kind of a benefit did you get at 30?
Oh no, I just remember being at a party, somebody's house. I don't know, it was a house party, something. And it was my birthday and I said I'm turning 24 and they all went, "Oh God, I remember when I was 24," because now they're 30.
Oh.
You know.
I got my brother a rocking chair for a present when he turned 30. And now he's damn near 80.
Okay.
Now.
So my 40th birthday was at the nursing home because my grandma had a stroke. I was in a nursing home. And so my mom, because I'm a true crime nut, my mom went and bought all these Halloween decorations of crime scene tape and things like that. And she put it all around this party room and people thought somebody died in there.
Oh no.
Jimi
So all these
Hendrix died
people
on
are
my
going
21st
crap.
birthday.
Eggery, you going crazy with the
Yeah.
emojis there.
Yeah.
Eggery's having diarrhea of emojis. No, I never got any. I had no consequences from my Taco Bell.
But like, I didn't hear any food. It's really weird. I didn't hear any food recalls when FIFA was when the people were traveling for FIFA, and then as soon as it was over, all of a sudden it was like, you can't eat lettuce, you can't eat blueberries, you can't eat eggs.
That didn't follow up.
Isn't it weird?
Project 2025. Hello.
Yeah. Well,
I missed
look
my
here, we're up-
blueberries. I haven't had any since the scare.
We just crossed. We're up to 130,000 signatures for
Yay.
renaming the
Yeah,
airport.
but this rash of people going at 80 is making me nervous. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah.
I'm 82 going
Well,
on.
they weren't taking. I mean, they were not taking care of themselves. If that helps any. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well,
No.
I've decided to be 36 forever.
There you go.
Just leave me alone. I'm 36.
Yeah.
My mom
Yeah.
says I look like I could be 35.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that.
There you go.
Yeah, 36 was a very good year, so I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
Well,
If
my
I go
best year
back-
was when I was 25. That was my best year.
Um,
Oh, really?
Well-
Mine was 17.
actually 34 because I became a mom when I was 34. So I think that was my best year. Plus he was so much more portable and he didn't talk back. So yeah.
We had a city council member get on board this morning. The Nashville City Council
Good.
and
Good.
is on board. And oh, I see. I think I see. I think I see.
Isn't it
Oh,
Mortman?
I do.
Oh, it's Howard
I see Howard Mortman.
Howard.
Oh, you
Thursday,
surprised
it's
me
Howard
too.
Mortman.
I got it. And we got it. Always say we got to do the intro. Let's-
Howard Mortman from C-SPAN. Everybody knows Howard's work. Howard Mortman.
Shout out Howard Mortman.
Basically, C-SPAN posted that in 3 days you became the most watched correspondence dinner ever.
Howard Mortman.
Now, Howard, have you signed our petition yet for changing the name of Nashville Airport to Dolly? Have you signed?
I have not, because I'm forbidden from being involved in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. C-SPAN doesn't let you be a citizen. You can't be a citizen when you work.
You can't be a citizen.
No, it's not allowed. You can't be a citizen.
I'm not I think it's a great idea, and it's Craig. It's your petition, right? Is it or is it?
Well, I started it with a comic in Nashville and a photographer a year ago when Dolly's sister scared us all, and we thought she was on death's door then, and then I forgot about it, and then when this happened this week, I checked, and over a year's time, it had accumulated like 50,000 signatures.
Craig,
the city council member here just got on board right here. He just got on board.
And he sponsored a resolution as well.
He's done a resolution in the city council, and then we got some House legislative. We got a Republican who's agreed to. I've done something kind of devious, y'all. I've been real devious. Here we go. This Todd Warner. He says he's going to, and Rob, these two here have signed, but Todd Warner's actually going to introduce. And you know what I did that was real devious? I wrote him. When I saw that he had introduced a while ago a bill to change the name of the Nashville Airport to Trump, I thought, oh God, he'll be the perfect one to get on board for Dolly, because then he could bring on all those maggots, and so he's our maggot magnet.
So, Craig, let me suggest that Congress is out this week. The House of Representatives returns on next week on Monday, and then the Senate returns the following week. There's no doubt in my mind, as a professional Congress watcher, that they will all. Many of them will make tributes and speeches to Dolly Parton, and we should somehow, through your deviousness, get this in front of Congress so they can include this and say we support this. So through your tagging, whatever devious method you use, get it in front of them.
That sounds like angry laughter.
It is angry.
Is that angry?
Yes.
Is that angry? What's angry done now?
Why is Craig always trying to get Howard to say something to get him fired from C-SPAN?
Agree. Let me assure you, I'm a trained professional, and this is not. Do not try what I'm doing at home. I've survived 17 years on that tightrope, and I can do another 17 more years. So, thank you. But thank you, Agri, for that. I appreciate that. No,
Agri's looking out for you.
Thank you, Agri. Thank you very much. I'll do my best. But if I do, but Agri, if I do sway, if I do, falter some way, please tell me, and I'll put myself back between the guidelines here. Let me know.
Yeah. Well, look at there. There's Extreme Mortman on the YouTube machine right there. That's what do you got today? You doing some Ronald Reagan? I got you a surprise afterwards.
Well, here's the premise of this, and before I set it up, before
as many of you
yeah.
Keep going. I was just enlarging.
Okay.
The screen,
thank you to the and just to let the five guys, the production truck, know. And by the way, I hope they're out of their.
Oh no, they're all out. I've got them all out in Virginia getting petitions for Dolly signed.
Excellent. Right.
They're getting Dolly.
They're the hardest working production truck crew I've ever met. So the premise of the podcast today, and it actually was a lot of fun to put together. President Trump calls his political opponents communists, and even Speaker Johnson, who's going around the country on behalf of Republican incumbents who are invulnerable in the House, he calls their opponents.
I think Darlene Graham picked up on it. Even
exactly right. So the premise of this podcast, again, within my, as Agri knows, within my strict guidelines of what's acceptable in terms of narration, is that Ronald Reagan was a strong, staunch, virulent anti-communist as well, but his approach was not to attack people and call them communists, but to ridicule the ineptitude of Soviet Cold War era communism, and he did that through jokes. And this podcast takes that premise of Ronald Reagan's approach to being anti-communist through the magic of comedy. So, Craig, with that brief introduction.
Well, you know what I turn this into in my mind, since I have Trump derangement syndrome, and I'm proud of it, and I'm trying to get more of it. I'm trying to get some more if I can. And I took it as he's talking about the Trump regime.
As an C-SPAN, here's the raw material. You interpret it and have your own attitude at whatever you want. You think for yourself. If that's your approach,
you report and we decide.
Exactly.
That's what we decide.
Exactly.
That's what we decide. Here we
let
go.
it play.
You know what? I still like listening to the old Reagan. I mean, it's just it's so mellifluous.
I was, Craig, on that point. I will tell you, there really is a virtue to not watching him, to listening to him. And my podcast is audio only. So when people listen, you won't. What we're showing here is the promo video for it, but it's not the actual podcast. But if you listen to it, it really is. I mean, it's just
because he had that. I mean, he trained as a radio announcer.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And the
he used to cover
perfect.
And he didn't even have to watch the games. He just made it all up.
Exactly right.
All right, here we are.
As many of you know, yes, I have a hobby now of collecting jokes that I can prove are being told among the citizens of the Soviet Union to each other and about their system and so forth. And every once in a while, I find one of them that I think I'll tell him. And so far, I've gotten a belly laugh from both of them that I told him.
Ronald Reagan, communism hater, joke teller.
One of these days.
This audio in this part, Howard, went out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
It comes back. I'll move it up a little bit. It comes back.
That's Mortman.
I'll have to loan you my audio crew.
You've loaned us your URLs too, so thank you. You're really keeping us.
Yeah, this middle part, the audio went out.
Say, Mr. President, I don't like the way you're running our country. I don't like the way you're running our country.
This was a pretty good joke. I like this joke.
Yeah. I don't
get back to where it starts here. Yeah, this joke's pretty
And the American said, look, I can go into the Oval Office, pound the president's desk and say, Mr. President, I don't like the way you're running our country. And the Russian said, I can do that. And the American said, you can? He said, yes. I can walk into the Kremlin, into the General Secretary Gorbachev's office, and I can say, Mr. General Secretary, I don't like the way President Reagan's running his country.
In the latest episode of C-SPAN's podcast, Extreme Mortman, hear Ronald Reagan tell jokes about the Soviet Union and communism. Find C-SPAN's Extreme Mortman wherever you get podcasts. Extreme Mortman.
Dovii no provii. Trust, but verify. Now, the reason I learned that was because I didn't think he would understand a good old American piece that I would like to say to him. Trust everybody, but cut the cards.
Thank you.
He was such a performer.
He was a great
performer.
So, Craig, a couple things on this one. I didn't know. Here's something I flat out learned from doing this. And by the way, the full jokes and many more are in the podcast, and I also put in a big chunk of Yakov Smirnoff.
I remember him.
Yeah,
he was
what a country.
Yeah, 5 minutes of Yakov Smirnoff, who wrote jokes for Ronald Reagan. And his fact.
Oh, he did.
He did. Yeah. He wrote jokes for Ronald Reagan, Soviet jokes, and his videos are featured in the Reagan Library. He had a sitcom back in the mid '80s. Yakov Smirnoff did something called like "Welcome, I Love This Country" or
what
something
a country.
like that.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Yeah, you guys are brilliant. So that's it. But here's something I didn't know until I worked on this podcast, and I find fascinating that even though Yakov Smirnoff wrote Reagan jokes, and even though that many of Ronald Reagan's jokes about Soviet communism were fed to him by the CIA, and this is publicly.
Oh, is that
documented.
right?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. This is all publicly documented. It is publicly available, and I didn't know this. But the CIA in Moscow, when they were running surveillance programs on everyday citizens, they picked up citizens telling jokes about Soviet communism, and they would put memos together, and they would feed these at the end of the year for Christmas time as a gift. they would accumulate like multi-page documents of jokes that everyday Russians told about Gorbachev and about how terrible communism was. And the CIA then sent it to President Reagan, and these jokes then appears in President Reagan's speeches. So that's where some of this material comes from. And I didn't know this until I worked on this podcast. Yeah. So
I wish I wish that we could get that today about Putin. I wonder, because now they've got an hour and a half, 2 hour long lines to get gas in Moscow, and they're blowing up their Amazon, whatever their version of Amazon is. I mean, they probably got to be getting a little grumpy about old Putin. You think?
Yeah, I think so. Exactly. I don't know what our capabilities are now to pick it up, but it's really interesting Cold War stuff. So if you are a fellow fan of the Craig Crawford show and you're now nearly 16,000 followers on all the Craig Crawford platforms, plus the 5 guys in the production truck off getting signatures for Dolly Parton. Please listen to this week's episode of the Extreme Mortman podcast.
Hey Howard, I got a question for you. Is it getting serious for a minute here? Did Gorbachev really come to Reagan and say, "Hey, this nuclear thing's really getting out of hand. Let's work it out so we can get rid of our nuclear programs or take them down to a bare minimum"? Did that ever happen?
So I love the question. I am actually right now working on a podcast for October about Reykjavik, about the Iceland summit in 1986.
I was going to say that was Reykjavik, wasn't it?
Exactly. And
and the thing is, Reagan started to agree to it.
The history you are citing, my friend, is absolutely correct. By the way, it wasn't a summit; it was a meeting between Geneva and Washington summits. But this Reykjavik was a meeting. But you're totally right; they just want to throw it all on the table. Reagan came in saying, "Just get rid of all of them," except for one thing that Gorbachev would not agree to. But then Gorbachev throws back to Reagan. We'll do that. We don't want a 50% reduction. And never before had arms been reduced. They've been limited, controlled, but never reduced. And they said, let's do about 50%, 50. He said, sure. Then Gorbachev does the deal breaker. Gorbachev says, by the way, no more research on the Strategic Defense Initiative, Star Wars. And
which didn't exist anyway.
Which is so, I love this little crevice of history. There was no SDI.
It was a whole lot.
There was research on it, but there was no SDI. But Gorbachev said get rid of SDI, and so
they just did it to scare. They just did it to scare Gorbachev, and it worked.
Exactly right, Craig. Exactly, that's the correct reading of history. So yeah, they were working toward eliminating every single sub-based, aircraft-based, and land-based nuclear weaponry would have gone at Reykjavik. But then Gorbachev says no more SDI, and Reagan says I can't agree to that, and they get up and leave. But it does lead.
That was the deal breaker, wasn't it?
What's that?
That was the deal breaker right there.
Exactly right. That was when and the deal breaker was not for Reagan; it was for Gorbachev. He's the one who got up and left Reagan hanging there. You're totally. But that's what ended the talks was Reagan's refusal to agree to stop research on SDI. SDI didn't exist. Gorbachev didn't want research on it, like laboratory research on SDI.
So. And now Trump's got his own version. He calls it the dome, because and every time I hear him talking about the dome, you're just talking about the old Reagan bullshit about Star Wars.
That's what infuriated me when I heard that. God,
yeah,
the dome is just a rerun of that. Now, now what you brought us there got my Trump derangement syndrome going there, Howard, and I went back and here's Ron Reagan Jr. Talking about how he thinks what his father would think of Donald Trump. This is just a minute.
Sometimes I do think about how appalled my parents, my father and my mother. Now that we're talking about tearing down the East Wing,
I'm going to get to that in a minute too.
Just offended they would be by all of this. I mean, I didn't agree with them politically on lots of stuff, and probably either. But again, decent human being, adult, grown up, not insane, and I think he would just be. He'd see right through Trump. First of all, both of them. And, you know, I don't know, you know, how else to put it, but, you know, my father would want to pinch Trump's empty head off and shit down his traitorous neck.
I mean,
boom.
Don't we all?
He'd want to pinch off his empty head and shit down his traitorous neck.
Well, Craig, let me assure you that kind of language and opinion is not expressed in my podcast. So
yeah, we have to officially. Howard is officially disavowed of that.
Yes.
My favorite Reykjavik story, though, is that the Americans had to borrow carbon paper from the Russians.
Yeah.
Dang, Nabbit, you are brilliant. That is you're totally right about that. Oh my goodness, Craig, you've got the most brilliant study.
I'm telling you.
You're totally right. The Xerox machine, the setup is there's a battle over high technology, and Americans had high technology. The communists did not, and they wanted American high technology. But it turns out that the Americans' Xerox machine didn't work, and so they had to borrow. This is both the CIA and the KGB were downstairs below in the Hofty house, the haunted Hofty house, and the American Xerox machine was not working, so they had to borrow the carbon paper that the lower technology Soviets were using for that, and that absolutely is true. And I love that you brought that history up. Another part of this narrow bit of history is the first ladies. Nancy Reagan did not go to the Reykjavik meeting, but Raisa Gorbachev did, and it was kind of tricky because the first ladies were not part of it. It was she kind of like did a like she did a fast one by showing up, and then the reporters asked why Mrs. Gorbachev, or Gorbacheva as she was called, why is Nancy Reagan not here? And she said, I don't know, maybe she's not feeling well. Which went right into the wazoo of the Reagan White House. So then Nancy Reagan went up by making a statement about women's breast cancer research, and we need to research that, which Raisa Gorbachev did not have that. So that part of the Cold War story is also equally fascinating. So yeah.
Well,
Craig,
Howard, how do we get members of Congress focused on renaming the Nashville Airport? Look at here, we're up to 130,000 signatures. 130,000.
I would. The easiest approach is just have your listeners, your audience, tell your members to get on board with this, but also particularly.
Well, we can just call them.
Yeah, just call them. Tag the Tennessee folks who will likely be making statements. You know, in the old days, Lamar Alexander would have gotten on the floor of the Senate, given 1.5 hour stem winder on Dolly Parton, but the current ones might as well. So who is from Tennessee? The Congress Cohen. I'm blanking on the name, from Tennessee, Democratic Congressman from Tennessee. It represents Nashville. Who's that? Justin Pearson.
Justin Jones.
No, it's a Democrat. I think what's the last name? Cohen. I'm completely blanking on it, but there's a Democrat who represents Nashville. And the Country Music Hall of Fame and like that. So set your army loose, Craig. Just set them loose on
you're talking about airports. Didn't Trump did Palm Beach International be renamed Trump International or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
That went through, didn't it? Or didn't it?
It did.
It did.
Okay. People are actually canceling their reservations and moving. They don't want to fly into there or out of there. So.
Andy Ogles. You want Andy Ogles?
I think
here we go. We could call Congress.
Okay.
We can call Congress right now if we want.
All right. I'm going to get off the phone. I'm going to get off for when the action happens. So
you don't want to talk to Congress? We can say C-SPAN's calling you. C-SPAN's calling you.
Advocate. No, this is where I'm drawing. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. So. All right, everybody. It's always
fun.
Have
a good day, Howard.
Thanks.
We don't need an encyclopedia. We got Howard Mortman.
All right. How do you turn this?
Howard Mortman.
Craig, Nashville, Tennessee is represented by Andy Ogles.
God, I never heard that name.
I have.
My goodness.
Oh, I
Have
thought
you
the
really?
Nashville airport was already named after Dolly.
No.
TNA airport.
Oh no, it's just B&A. I don't even know what that means. Just
How the hell can they
B&A.
get BNA out of that? I don't.
I don't
Sounds
know.
like a bank.
Downtown Nashville airport.
They named it a bank. Isn't that a bank? B&A. They've just named it after a bank.
No, I think it's tits and ass.
Primary represented in the house.
God damn it. You're getting a little ribald here, Jamie.
She's getting some eggery in her. I thought there was already there. Isn't it called?
There's that great song, dance 10 looks 3.
It's close. I mean, they don't even have to change their call letters. Then it's boobs and ass. It's B&A.
B&A.
So, yeah. So we, I don't know. I mean, if I could see this actually, I've decided. You know what? I have never been to Nashville. I mean, it's.
I have.
I've been
I'm
to the
strange.
airport.
I've been to
Have you?
Opry.
I've driven through it a lot, but I never really
Have you
had
been to
time
Opry?
to stop and do anything.
Yeah, I
don't
went to
know why,
Opry when I was
I've
like
been
13.
I've been a lot of places, particularly in the South. But anyway, I've decided that if they change the name of the airport, I'm going to go to Nashville. I will
You don't
go
need to,
Nashville.
Greg. You could just go to Renfro Valley with your grandpa.
Well, see, that's it's interesting you bring that up. Is one reason our family, we always had kind of a chip on our shoulder about Nashville because our family was from bluegrass country, and my great uncle started the Grand Ole Opry of bluegrass, which is Renfro Valley, what you're talking about. So we were always kind of snooty about nobody traveled to Nashville, or we just kind of pretended Nashville wasn't there, even though it was actually a much bigger deal, obviously. But anyhow, that might be part of the reason I never got there.
Some of these guys.
The
Jack Tiffin's was a great banjo player. He played at Renfro Valley quite a bit. He worked where I did. He kept that Kentucky accent too all the time.
Oh, really? He played at Renfro?
Yeah, he played all over the place. He was in several bands, and he was on TV stations on these Saturday night shows and stuff. And he worked in the factory where I did. He couldn't make insurance and stuff like that but he was playing banjo on the weekends. People would come from all over the place to his house and get tips on expert banjo stuff, whatever that would be.
Oh yeah.
Avery is looking for Dolly's forgiveness.
I'm sure she forgave you.
Oh, I got to get the comments back on the screen there. Okay. I had them on the
St. Dolly. That's what I'm going to call her from now on.
St. Dolly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll never be another like her, just like everybody's been saying that. And I concur.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make September 25th Dolly Parton Day.
Yep.
Yeah.
925.
925.
Get license plates down there at her brand new truck stop. The license plates just say 925 DLY. The vanity license plates. A lot of states don't have to have front license plates anymore. You can slap one of them on your SUV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's this is actually let's see. This here is from 1956. Yeah, this is 56. This is my great uncle. This was this was 1956, huh?
You were just a baby.
This was the year I was actually born. Anyway, he had a national radio show on CBS radio, I think it was. Anyway, his sponsor was Pillsbury, and he did this chicken and biscuits commercial here.
Chicken and biscuit. Now there's real go together good eating for you. Chicken and biscuit. Nothing like it.
I like that. That's real go together good eating.
Now I want chicken and a biscuit. I want chicken and a biscuit
Chicken and
crackers
biscuit.
now.
You just can't beat that combination.
I like fried chicken and waffle right beside it. That's what I like.
I've never gotten into chicken and waffles. I don't get I just don't get.
I don't either, Craig. But yet there's other combinations that people don't like that I think are great, like ketchup and cottage cheese. It's delicious.
But now the thing is, I have to say, I've never tried it, so I guess I shouldn't
I did once and
criticize
long ago when I still ate meat, obviously, and it was in New York, and I swear it was so small. It was like, is this a pigeon?
A pigeon.
It was tiny. And it was like, it was okay. It's like, I get it because it's salty and it's crunchy and it's fat and you put syrup on it and it's sweet. It's kind of got a little bit of everything. I get it. But yeah. But
well, here's my great uncle John Lair. Actually, this was when he switched to TV. He had a nationwide TV show on CBS every Sunday morning, and this is him introducing.
You folks way down south don't have the kind of cane that we grow here in Kentucky to make sorghum with, but you have a kind of your own that's just as good, I guess. Don't know about that, but I do know that if you like long sweetening on your biscuit, that there's an old saying you can remember that ham, fat, gravy, and white wheat bread feeds a man better than he's ever been fed. Now here's a song that'll fit any part of the country. This old country boy Ray Malk is singing it for you in a way that'll just plumb make your mouth water.
Making your mouth water. That's the River Valley Burn Dance.
Yeah.
That's your great uncle.
Yeah, my dad was on a you know how they had like country western music shows all around in the 50s on all the local stations? You know, so my dad did the same thing. It was on Saturday night.
That was, I think that's when Porter Wagner had his show that Dolly was on. He was on all that on those local stations. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was like, it was called Saturday Night Jamboree, and he was.
They used to have a place 13 miles north where I lived in Indiana called Buck Lake Ranch, and they had Johnny Cash there, and back when I was a little kid, they had all those country western they called them then, come up there and played. My mom says, well, you saw Johnny Cash when I was just a little kid. I didn't remember. I must have been like 3 or 4 years old or something.
Yeah. My grandparents were good friends with him.
Really?
Looking at that.
Yeah.
Looking at that list of Nashville congressmen, I'm probably related to one of them because all of my Rose family is from Tennessee.
You talking about this list?
Yeah.
No.
My dad went to
higher up all of the districts. John Rose covers Eastern and
I thought you were talking about these are the ones that have signed on to renaming the airport after Dolly in the state.
Yeah.
This is now Craig's Hill. He's gonna die on is getting this airport, not the midterms. It's the airport.
Oh no, I can't give up.
No, but if we can get the airport, we'll get the midterms too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. No, I had a bad experience with Johnny Cash. So.
Eggery, you are so right. A sausage biscuit with grape jelly on it is delicious.
Oh yeah.
And yes, you have to dip your fries in a milkshake. It's so good.
Well, for something completely different from biscuits and bluegrass.
To the lab.
Here, this is different.
See what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation.
Say it. Thank you.
But maybe the rain is really to blame. So I'll remove the cause.
But what about the symptom? But what about the symptom?
Not the symptom.
Goodbye. I'm just going to sit here and do all the lines.
Yeah.
About the movie. Every Friday night we were at the midnight movies when I was in college.
Boy,
you get
what
dressed
Venter?
up and throw shit at the screen and everything.
Oh yeah.
There, Venter's talking about white gravy and white asparagus. I've never had that, and I think it sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
I found a recipe yesterday.
White pan fried gravy goes on just about anything. It's wonderful.
I found a recipe my husband wants me to make, and it's sausage. It's breakfast enchiladas made with sausage gravy.
Oh, breakfast enchiladas.
He wants me to do that.
You all want to do a caption contest for this picture? Look at that woman's
I
face.
don't know, but
that's her best impression of. I know which one you're talking about. It's Mrs. Norman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her impression of Darlene Graham.
I think she's doing an impression of Mitch McConnell.
Trump used to do that stuff too when he made fun of people with disabilities. He used to make
I hate to say it,
like
but
his face for that.
I think she's a Virgo because we tend to show our emotions on our face.
No, she ain't one of us.
You don't think so?
He ain't gonna. Yeah, he's
I
not
disavow
gonna
this.
Okay.
He's not claiming her.
When's your
Somebody's
birthday?
got to look it up. Jamie will look it up for us.
When's your and Dexter's birthdays?
The 18th.
Get through this.
We're
Well,
birthday twins.
Here's the whole video that
3 weeks
next March.
this
Her
is the
birthday's
whole
next
video
March.
that
Okay.
this is what that picture comes from. And this, I think, is crucial to. I think if we can win South Carolina, it starts here, because this divide within the Republican Party is real, and this is supposed to be a concession speech where he endorses Darlene Graham. But watch what actually happens. They don't even come close, and his wife actually makes it worse. So.
Call and congratulate him. And as I said earlier, I'm going to support the Republican. I'm not supporting a Democrat. So I will support.
He can't think of he doesn't even want to say her name.
Yeah.
and then his wife says her. Just say her. Watch it. Watch her mouth.
Her is Darlene's best I can.
And then when he finally says her name, that's when she makes this face.
As I told him.
And then this is when I learned this whole issue of Darlene's name. I didn't know about it until I saw this on election night. She leans over to the crowd and she says, "Whatever her name is," talking about Darlene Graham. And that's the first I knew that there was an issue about her name.
And I told our family I've called and congratulated her.
So it all comes from that woman, and it turns out that Darlene Graham is not her last name. She took her married name legally, and it's Nordone.
Yeah,
and she changed the spelling of her first name.
Yeah, so it looks like
It was originally Darlene. I guess on her birth certificate. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
No, I looked it up.
At the hospital, but I guess it was.
Her original spelling was Darlene. She changed it to Darline. So it looks like Darline.
And the only reason people do that to make it I swear to God, she went to a numerologist.
Probably.
Because it's harder to know that her name is pronounced Darlene instead of Darline now.
Yeah.
But sometimes people will change the spelling of their names because numerologists tell them to. So if she took off the Nardone and changed it to Graham, then she probably had to do something else to get to a certain number. I swear she went. I'm guessing she went to a numerologist.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have thought anything of it, but she changed the first name spelling to something that makes it more difficult to understand how to pronounce it.
Well, then the interesting thing is that when she was appointed to the Senate, they used her legal last name, which is Nordone, I think, something like that. And so that's actually her legal Senate name. But she's obviously keeping Graham because her only qualification
from her brother.
Well, it's her only qualification for running for the Senate is Lindsey Graham was her brother. She's got no other qualification. That's it. and
just then, like that post that you posted, I saw the same post of the mayor that was like, "Yeah, you just have to have a dead brother and you can get into Congress."
Oh yeah, that was
great.
Where'd I put that? I kept that.
That was on the trail.
Yeah, I've got it here in my folder. But
excuse me.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'm calling her. I want us to call her the Nepo Senator. I'm going to call all my references are going to be Nepo Senator.
I think Sturge called her Sister Girl.
Sister Girl's pretty good too.
Yeah,
I did see that. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I like that. Sister girl, that is good.
Sister girl.
Yeah, that's a good Southern way of. Yeah,
Sister
here's the
girl
one
Graham.
you're talking about.
Yep.
This is I was hoping it was a mayor in South Carolina, but this woman is actually she's a transgender mayor in Pennsylvania. But anyway, this is pretty good, what she wrote here. So anyone can become a senator. You just need your brother to have the seat first and die, the governor to hand it to you, the president to endorse you, and his political machine to bankroll you. Then you can be a senator.
I agree.
This is why I was wanting her to win the runoff the other night, is because we just wouldn't have anything like this to grab onto with Ralph Norman. He was conventional stuff. I mean, there was nothing to go after. And then she just right out of the box.
Government run health care.
Opposes Medicare. She just opposed Medicare. Now we can run against her. Darlene Graham wants to abolish Medicare. You want to talk about abolishing the police or ICE or something? Hey, Darlene wants to abolish Medicare.
She's going to lose everything.
Government run health care.
Listen to her say it. She's saying it right here.
Government run health care. Bad idea after bad idea.
There you go. That's it. She
You're
wants
a
to
bad
abolish
idea.
Medicare.
She wants to take away your Medicare, people.
Yeah, that's
We're not talking Medicare.
See, now
we're
that's
talking
how
Medicare.
Republicans would deal with that. That's why we got to learn that lesson. It's
Yeah.
it's out of context. It's a stretch, maybe, whatever. But do it. Just say she wants to abolish Medicare and make that the narrative. That's what they got to do.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody wrote
if you're
that
against
for her,
government,
she just
if you're
read it
against
without even
government,
thinking about it.
I mean, what she was trying to oppose is Medicare for all. But see, that's she's not savvy.
Well, if she wants to hear how to
apparently her staff isn't either, because that was a written speech.
Well, if she wants to message that, then all she has to do is talk to Hakeem Jeffries, because he's against it too. He is. He's got to go down. I'm liking Debbie Dingle more and more.
Yeah, she came out of the woodwork the other day.
Yes, she did.
Did she say anything about Hakeem or?
No, it was about something else. I don't know. I posted it
I don't
on the
remember
trail
what
yesterday.
it was.
I posted it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, she
I think Hakeem is having second thoughts about having that meeting with Kushner.
Oh yeah, because he's getting lots of blowback.
Oh my God!
But
Like a
everybody,
tornado.
the thing is, he's taken more. I think he's taken more APAC money than any other Democrat, and it's over $1 million. And so who does he work for?
Israel.
Yeah.
Hey.
Now, do y'all know Judy Gold?
Yes, I went to her show. She's great.
Yeah, we did too. It was fantastic. And she has this thing that she used to do with her mother. Her mother's been dead now. And she does for her mother's birthday recently, and she's been dead for 5 years. Judy wrote, I can't believe she hasn't criticized me for 5 years. But anyway, she did a takeoff on this whole thing that's kind of catching on, where people ask their sisters if they'll take over their jobs if they die. This is her way of making fun of Darlene Graham. So
I'm a professional tennis player and a stand-up comedian. And I have 2 shows this week in Provincetown at the Post Office Cabaret tomorrow night, Thursday night at 10 p.m., and then Sunday at 8:30. And I was thinking, God forbid, poo. You know, we all learned this week that
this was right after Lindsey Graham
in a blink of an eye.
And they appointed
Darlene.
Darlene.
God forbid, an aortic tear, so anything, poo. So apparently the new protocol here in the United States is that if that happens, you have to get your sister to take over your job and your duties. So I got my sister on the line. I'm gonna ask her if something happens to me, because I don't want to cancel my shows if she could take over. So Jane, are you there?
Yes, Judith, I'm here.
Listen, I was just calling because you never know what's going to happen. Your life can change in an instant. And I have all these shows lined up here in Provincetown. And if I can't do them because, God forbid, poo, something happens to me, do you think you could do my act for me?
sure. I can do all the stuff about Mom. Know it by heart.
Okay, but like Mom died in 2015. Although I do mention her every now and then. I don't. That's really not the bulk of my act anymore.
Yeah, but that's the last time I saw it.
Okay, great. So, wow, that's really supportive and loving. So, do you think I should call Alan, our brother? Because apparently it has to be a sibling.
All right, you can give it a shot, but he hasn't seen your act since 2004.
Okay, well, if you ever wondered why I am a stand-up comedian, I think all your questions have been answered.
Yeah, she did a one-woman show off Broadway in New York in 2023, and it was all about like censorship and that kind of stuff. It was called Yes, I Can Say That, and it was about censorship, and it was like, man, we're going right down the road here. And she had a picture.
Yeah, and she used to do her mother's. We saw her here in D.C. and she had a whole routine where it was just her mother's voicemails and they were so funny and they were all real. And her mother would call, and if she didn't answer, she'd get concerned and she'd say, "Judith, are you there?" She called her Judith, "Are you there? You're not there." And she just wouldn't accept that she wasn't there. It hadn't answered the phone. And then the funniest one is at the very end, she goes, "Well, I guess you might be dead." And then just hangs up.
Now, question: what if you are an only child and you don't have any siblings? Does it default to a cousin or something?
Yeah, you have to call. You have to get a
Cousin.
relative. It'd have to be a blood relative of some sort.
First cousins.
Take over. Yeah.
Yeah, technically, I am an only child. I've only got halves.
Yeah. I have 2 steps, but I don't think they would take over what I have to do every day because,
But yeah, that's the thing I've seen that people are doing now in South Carolina. They're making these. I think the Annie Anderson campaign. Annie Andrews campaign is behind it, but they're getting people with TikToks asking their sisters to take over their jobs if they die.
So is Trump's sister still with us? Is she still alive?
No, she didn't.
No, she died.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say she would probably be better at the
job. But it could default to Mary.
Oh, Mary. There you go.
Yeah.
Egry's got a point over there.
Oh, what's Egry saying? Am I the only one who thinks after the midterms Trump might team up with Democrats to pass health care for all and some other pop? Well, I hadn't thought about that lately because he's not a Republican, never has been.
No,
so
he just plays one on TV,
which I don't understand why Republicans can't understand that. But anyway,
he's not really a Democrat either, is he?
No, he's not.
And he knows how much he's hated, so he might want something to burnish the image.
That's what I'm thinking. He's going to jump ship.
And you know what? Maybe that's what Jared was starting.
Maybe
that conversation.
But if he's going to do that, why would he go to Hakeem Jeffries? And Jeffries is like, no, we're not going to do Medicare for all.
Yeah, I meant to go get the actual clip and see what Hakeem actually said when he was.
But can we even believe Hakeem? That's the problem.
No, he's corporate. But
exactly.
I mean, he will say whatever, and so he needs to go. He cannot be. If we win the midterms, he cannot be speaker. Oh my God!
No,
I just don't know who runs against him who could win.
He cannot be speaker.
It's part of the problem is the very thing you're saying is he controlled all the money that got enough of them elected to get him elected speaker. I mean, that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
That's how Pelosi always did it.
Well, maybe they need to pull a Marjorie Taylor Greene and say even one member can pull you down if you cross that line, like they did with Kevin McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Republicans would love that.
I hate saying it, but I think McCarthy would have been better than Johnson. Now in hindsight,
yeah, because he's not as devious. He's not as not quite as big a weasel.
I think he
would have pushed back.
He would have pushed back. Yeah.
Well, I come back to that, Agri. That's pretty good.
That
That's a good thought.
I think that could happen, especially if he sees more of his MAGA base running away. Oh, Dexter, you're muted, hon.
Last night on Lawrence O'Donnell, he was really going off on this new postmaster general that's just a flunky for Trump, because Trump's ordering him to personally sort all the mail-in ballots and not mail ballots to anybody.
Personally.
And
Personally.
yeah, right. And you know what that means? That means any group of Latinos or blacks or anybody that might vote blue, they're not going to mail the ballots to him because Trump ordering him, and he said he's going to do it. And then Lawrence said that's just traitorous. I mean, that's a felony. Multiple felonies for each time. It's called mail fraud.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
those
I
just
actually,
broke machines.
Well, the big story that that I saw that the Atlantic had about Trump gonna spend all of it. I mean, this is the best sign for Democrats I've seen, is that Trump's just going to spend all the money on himself. Because they've been talking about all this money he's got for the midterms, and when he finally cuts that loose and all that stuff.
$400 million.
Yeah, but this is the thing. He's going to waste it. He's going to spend it all on himself. Making himself the issue, and it's going to help nobody. In fact, it may hurt him. It's just great. And he's flying to Texas today to help out Paxton. Boy, that's going to be great.
Oh, I think that's going to backfire big time.
You think so?
Just a little.
Yeah,
is he going to Dallas, or where's he going?
I think it's Houston, because he's doing a fundraiser tonight with Paxton, $400,000 a plate, or maybe.
Oh my God!
$400,000, huh?
Yeah.
Is he using that to fund his war?
And then tomorrow we're going to go live with Donald Trump, y'all, because he's going to be speaking at NASA at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow, which means he won't start till about 11:30. So
Eggery.
Anyway,
that's a good idea.
We'll have some live Trump tomorrow. Is Eggery making more sense again?
He said
goodness,
Trump desperately wants to get rid of Obamacare, and now he knows he can only get rid of it by some form of healthcare for all. It's the truth.
Oh, you know
they keep
what?
saying they want to get rid of it.
He'll sign on to Medicare for all if they just name it Trump.
Yep.
You know what?
Yep.
He would.
Yep.
I'll take it. And
he would, but it ain't going to happen.
How are they going to fund it? They're going to have to tax billionaires to fund it.
I know.
They're going to have to tax the billionaires.
Oh, darn. They're going to have to tax the billionaires then. Maybe we can roll it all into one and just call it the Trump bill. And take care of everything in one shot.
Because those tax cuts were permanent, so he's going to have to undo them.
Yeah,
they're
they
going to
tax no
He
billionaires.
wouldn't have to undo the tax cuts. He could just institute a new wealth tax.
There you go. Wealth tax. Yeah.
My Gemini News alert just sent me this.
Look
US
at that.
Us Magazine's on the case. Look there. They got a story.
Yay.
Dolly Parton fans want Nashville Airport renamed. Us Magazine. That's the biggest media we've had so far.
Yeah.
It'll catch on now.
Change order petition.
Yeah, when you get into something like Us, then you're breaking through the culture. You got to get into culture.
It's got to go fast. It's got to go very fast because time dims hope. So you got to move fast on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rep.
Well, that's why I got this magazine.
Oh, there you go, Winter. Tax the billionaires except for the Trump family, and he would sign it.
Yeah.
He's too beholden to the billionaires. He's not going to do that. They're his buddies.
I know. He likes to stab people. He likes to stab people in the back. So.
Well, I'm going to take us out today with getting back to our chicken and biscuits is Chef Chan. Do y'all know Chef Chan? He's really good. And he figured out how to make Kentucky Fried Chicken gravy. So he's got the whole recipe down.
Oh,
there.
really?
Yeah.
I've been making it since I was 5. You just heard about it?
Yeah, I like his recipes are pretty easy because you just throw some gravy cubes in water and boil them and make a little roux and mix it up but he makes the point that for Kentucky Fried Chicken gravy you want a chicken tablet, not a tablet, that's not the right word, pellet, no, what are they, the cubes. You want a chicken cube and you want a beef cube because the chicken cube gives you the flavor you want, but the beef cube gives you that dark color that KFC gravy has. That's his big tip there. Is that how you do it, Jamie? Do you make it with cubes or how do you make it with?
No, I fry the chicken and then throw the flour into things and do it with the cream and the whole thing.
That's the real work. That's the real work version.
That's the
Put
real
some
way.
kitchen bouquet in there.
Yep, that's the darkener. That's to make it dark. I don't know why you would want it dark, but
whatever.
Yeah,
because that's what KFC gravy is. My favorite story about Colonel Sanders is, when they hired him, when they bought the company and then they kept him on board to be kind of a PR guy or something. He had a big fight with the owners because he went and they were thinning out the gravy. He realized they were thinning out the gravy. And there was one incident with local news covering it where he walks in and he tastes the gravy. And he's supposed to be doing a promotion and he gets mad about how thin it is. And he throws it against the wall with the local TV news watching the whole thing.
You have to put up your picture.
And so then the company sued him. The company sued him for that. And they had a big legal battle that they ended up settling. And but anyhow.
So let's see how the chef here does it.
All right. Okay.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye. Good talking to everybody. We got live Trump tomorrow. Live Trump. All right. If you can, that means he might not come. Anyway, we'll see. All right. Here's Jeff Chan, KFC gravy. Once I hit the play button.
And your beef cube. You'll want to bring that to a slow boil. Set that.
Oh, I didn't get the very beginning.
Nothing beats the KFC recipe for gravy. I think I figured it out. This gravy has just 8 simple ingredients. Our 8 ingredients are onion powder, chicken cube, beef cube, butter, flour, salt, pepper, and boiling water. In a saucepan over low heat, add your 2.5 cups of water, your chicken cube, and your beef cube. You'll want to bring that to a slow boil. Set that aside so that the cubes will melt. The reason that you'll want to use a chicken cube and a beef cube is that the chicken cube will add that rich chicken flavor and the beef cube will add that nice dark caramel color that this gravy is known for.